Everybody, it's Verity Adams, the Crazy Keto Girl, and today I'm back with another grocery haul. This one is going to look a little bit different than my first one. If you haven't seen that one, I'm going to link it in the description down below. But this one has some different things in it for a couple of reasons. One, my daughter is home for the summer, so I'm buying a little bit different things and also buying things in different quantities. And also the reason things are might look a little different than what I would normally buy is because it's starting to get really hot here, in like 90s and hundreds, and I mean, you can tell I am so red and sweaty from the shopping trip. But so I bought some things that are gonna make it nicer for me to not heat up my house for cooking. I want to remind everybody that I am not going to show the non-keto items that I bought because not everybody in my house is keto, but everything I show you is keto friendly, not necessarily for the people that are super hardcore, but there are a couple of things in here that are more low carb than they are keto, I guess. But I find that they all work really well for a ketogenic lifestyle, otherwise I wouldn't share them with you. But of course, it's at your own discretion what you would like to eat. This is just how I do keto. I'm going to go ahead and include, I'm going to cut in a little bit later and talk about my meal planning and what that looks like and what my shopping list looks like, so you can kind of get an idea of how I do what I do. But this total I'm about to give you for this shopping trip is for a family of 4. And it is for, technically this is 1 week, but some of these things will carry over into next week, and I won't have to rebuy them. So it kind of becomes, the bill goes up and down each week depending on what gaps I need to fill in. But this is just an idea of what 1 week with me being completely keto, my husband kind of half-ish keto, and then my kids are, kind of half-ish keto, so they have non-keto items. So the total for today's trip was $148.26. And that's a little bit higher than my last video because, like I said, my daughter's home from school for the summer, so that means that she's going to be here eating breakfasts and lunches with us. But I'm going to go ahead and get into the haul now. So here is this week's keto haul. And again, there's like cereal and bread and milk and a lot of fruit and things that are not here, that went into that $150. So if it's just you and you're the only one doing keto, you can definitely do it for the on the cheap. But if you have a family and you're doing a little bit of both, it does, I think it's still very comparable. It's about what I was spending before when we were all not eating clean. So to start here, I have 2 packages of chicken thighs. And one of the things I do to save money is I actually do shop at Walmart and I price match. And I'm going to go ahead and show you when I fill in the menu plan with the shopping list that I do. It'll show you kind of how I do that. I collect all the ad papers. They come to me in the mail, and then I use them to find the best deals on everything, and then my Walmart price matches all the competitor sales. So I got this chicken, for example, for much less than what is on here. I believe I paid 77 cents a pound instead of the, what is this, $2.32 a pound that they were originally. So that's one way that I definitely save money. So keep that in mind if you guys are looking for ways to kind of save some money. That Walmart is a great way to do that. Here I have a 3-pound chub of ground beef. This is not the super lean kind. I do not usually buy that. This is 73% lean, and I just drain off any fat that I don't need. These are not, strictly clean. I brought these up in a previous video, but they work really well for my family, for my kids to make sandwiches, and for me to do like meat and cheese roll-ups. And I also do a thing where I put ham and Swiss on chicken, sort of Malibu chickeny, not Malibu chickeny, cordon bleu chicken, but without the breading and whatnot. So I have these. I get a ham one, and then my husband likes the roast beef. I don't really eat the roast beef one because it has some questionable stuff in it, more so than like the ham. But they are zero. This one is 1 carb for 4 slices, which is always way more than enough for me. Usually I only eat 2. Bacon, I got bacon on sale today, and again, that's from Price Matching. And yeah, we go through a considerable amount of bacon on a weekly basis. We'll probably only eat 1 of these this week, but they were on a 2 for $7 sale, so I bought both of them, and I'll stick one in the freezer and then just pop it out when I need it. Here I have a couple of pounds of zucchini, which I'll end up using for zoodles. I'm also toying with the idea of doing fried zucchini. I used to love getting those like from Carl's Jr. and stuff, and now I can't do that because of, you know, the breading, but I'm going to maybe slice them, egg wash them, and then coat them in some Parmesan cheese and fry them that way. I've fried chicken and pork chops that way, and it came out amazing, so I'm really hopeful about these guys. But they're also planned for zoodles and lunches this week with my kids. Back here I have a couple of big beautiful heads of cauliflower, and those are going to get used for cauliflower nachos this week. Here I have a wheel of Brie, which I love, 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 and it is 1 gram of carb per ounce. And sometimes when I am just not feeling like cooking, I will take like an ounce of Brie, and then I will put some, you know, maybe some hard salami and some nuts on a plate and just kind of make a little cheese plate for myself, especially with it getting really hot. That can be a lot more satisfying to me than making actual food, because when I get hot, I start trying to not want to eat. So here I have celery. My kids eat it with peanut butter. I eat it with cream cheese. I don't know, we love it. And then we'll probably go through this week because my kids do snack throughout the day. I don't like olives. These are for my husband, but olives are keto friendly. So here is that. There's a jar of olives. Coconut milk. I don't usually buy coconut milk. I'm actually working on a special project. So, I mean, you guys are getting a little bit of a sneak peek here that is going to use this coconut milk in it. That I'm very excited about. So that's going to be an upcoming video. So little sneaky peek there. And then I have here a jar of Salsa Verde. I love, love, love this stuff. I use it for the shredded pork that I put in when I do a pork loin in the crock pot, and I shred it and then put this on it. That's super delicious. Or cook chicken with it. Also super delicious. I buy the jars of Alfredo sauce for my zoodles. I just don't want to make it myself, to be perfectly honest. But this one isn't too bad. It comes out to 2 grams of carbs per serving. And I don't actually use a full serving. It's quite a lot for me. I have the pre-chopped not olives. Wow, guys, I have words. Onions, pre-chopped onions. And I just put in a little bit with meat or on, you know, hot dogs or whatever I'm doing. They're about $2, and I find them really valuable because we don't use a ton of onions. So we might not even use this whole thing this week, but it's super handy, and it saves me a lot of time in the kitchen to not have to cut the onions myself. Back there, I have heavy whipping cream, which is good for coffee and whatnot. I made, if you are following me on Instagram, you saw a keto chocolate chip mousse I made, which also includes 3 ounces of heavy whipping cream. And then there's some butter there. I have string cheeses, which are mostly for my kids, but you can eat them on keto. They have less than 1 gram of carb per serving, so you can eat string cheeses if you want. I have sliced Swiss. I have the Fiesta Mexican blend cheese, and then pepper jack cheese. I do that for like meat and cheese roll-ups with these guys, or I melt it on top of chicken. Good for burgers, salads, whatever you want. Sour cream guacamole, I just love. And I normally do buy avocados, but this week all of the avocados at my store were like bad. They were super squishy. So carbs minus fiber comes out to 1 gram of carb per serving on this guacamole, which I am totally down for. I have a bunch of Roma tomatoes right here. My kids, I know I mentioned this in my last grocery haul, but they love to eat them just like apples. And so I like to buy them those, and then we use them for BLTs and things like that. These are cucumbers, which are keto friendly. I do not eat them. I don't like cucumbers, but these are for my kids. But you can eat cucumbers on keto if you like. I know some people like to eat them with like tuna salad, for example. So those are an option. I have a head of lettuce, which is good for, you know, keto sandwiches or tacos or what have you. These are going to help me with the heat because I normally do steam my own vegetables. I have a vegetable steamer basket that I just put in the thing and boil water, but it is, I mean, seriously so hot. Even with the AC on, like I'm still sweating right now. So the microwave steamers I just find really useful. I have a couple broccoli ones. I actually did grab a couple of mixed veggie ones for my kids for lunches and stuff because they love those and I don't eat them, but they can still eat them. And then I have 3 bags of cauliflower rice, which are super, super yummy when I make chicken or pork salsa verde. I have back here Tricolor Coleslaw. This is what I use when I am making my egg roll in a bowl or crack slaw, whatever you would like to call it. A bag of just romaine salad mix because I do like to eat a lot of salads. Sometimes I use this meat right here, well, not the roast beef, the ham, and I will, you know, kind of cut it into ribbons and put in some cheese and some, not deviled eggs, some hard-boiled eggs, and have sort of like a little chef salad sort of guy. I have green onion. I know in my last video, I actually had a package like the regular onion back here where it's already all cut up. They didn't have any today, so I had to buy the full-size ones, which are fine. Super yummy, good for eggs, good on top of anything taco-y, which we eat a lot of here. Yeah, I just love it. I put it on almost everything, and it's super low carb, so that is super great. Here, people get a little controversial about the fruit. Technically, strawberries and blueberries are keto, and I am not going to be eating these. These are for my children, but they are keto, and so I included them in the haul. Most people wait until they are close to their maintenance, or they are just very, very stringent about eating them in moderation. If you can do that, then more power to ya, because strawberries and blueberries are getting cheaper. So here we get into, I bought this, and I have actually never bought this before. Fun fact, is a canned chicken. And I'm not going to just straight eat this. I found a recipe that I'm going to try, and if it works out, I will probably share it with you, for doing a pizza crust using chicken, Parmesan cheese, and egg, and it comes out to less carbs than the fathead dough. So I wanted to give it a try and see how it goes. I didn't like canned chicken before I came to keto because to me it tasted like tuna, and I think tuna is disgusting, but we all have our things. So I'm going to give it a try and see how it goes. I get the Nathan's all beef hot dogs, and they come out, if I'm remembering right, to 1 carb per frank, and I usually only need 2. So those are a nice little thing to do. We can grill them, and, you know, I like to put mustard and onions on them. Keeps the carbs pretty minimal, and you get a lot of flavor. Sun butter. I know, okay, this might get some backlash here. In my opinion, the way that I do keto, I do not eat peanuts. Peanuts, to me, are a legume, and legumes are not keto, and peanuts have been shown to cause inflammation. So I do not eat peanuts. I do not eat peanut butter. I do not eat any products that I find peanuts, corn, or wheat on the label. So I get sun butter, which even before keto, I thought sun butter was a bajillion times better than peanut butter. I just love the flavor of it. If you do peanuts or peanut butter or whatever on your keto journey, I am not telling you you're wrong. I power to you. Do whatever works for you. I just do not include peanuts or peanut butter on my journey. So everybody can do their own thing here. I'm not out to police anybody. That's just how I roll. Okay, so I have bacon pieces, and this is because I do like salads, and you know, I like to put it on cottage cheese too. I didn't buy any cottage cheese this week, but I do like to put it on cottage cheese. And it's easier for me to just use these than it is to cook up bacon and heat up the house just to get some crumbles. These, I actually really like them a lot, and they're actually not, I mean, like, you can see them in there. Like, they actually are not hard. They're squishy, like real bacon. And so, you know, they're delicious, and I don't care. I eat them. Tomatoes, I got these on a really good sale, price matching. The little grapey tomato guys, I got 2 of them. And then these guys, I noticed actually right before I went to shoot this video, and it really disappointed me that they changed what they did. I bought these instead of Jell-O brand because, for one, you get more Jell-O cups in a package. And for 2, because they used erythritol. And so the old version that I got just like a couple of weeks ago of these had erythritol, but these ones, see, they now say include sour cherry. And so when I didn't notice it, I didn't think about it till I got home and I flipped it over. They're now using aspartame instead of erythritol. And that, again, is just your own keto moral code sort of thing. If aspartame turns you off, then don't get it. But aspartame is low on the glycemic impact, and it is in the list of some of the, you know, it's not great, but still approved sweeteners from my research because of the little to no glycemic impact. Some people are freaked out about cancer with it. I don't know. There's a lot of mixed studies about it. So what you want to do is up to you. If you would rather buy Jell-O, if you'd rather skip this altogether, that's fine. My kids love to eat these. I eat these occasionally when I'm wanting something sweet, and I'm really curious about the sour cherry because I love sour cherry stuff. So, so I got 2 packages of these because my kids are eating these now. So those are, they work on a ketogenic diet because the sweetener has no glycemic impact. They have 0 carbs per cup. So I include them in my journey, and I've been successful with it. If I ever find that my success is declining and I have to start kind of trying to restrict foods to see if it fixes it, those will probably go away. But for now, they work, and they're really my only treat generally, except the other day when I tried that mousse. But I didn't try the mousse for the sweetness. I tried it because I wanted something that was sort of a fat bomb, and I had the stuff to make that. So, yes. So this was my keto haul for today, and it is actually quite a lot of food, and it's, again, for 4 people. It will last all week. Oh, wait, I have one other thing I forgot to include. I got a case of water, which I'm not going to pull over, but it's 40 bottles of water. I think you can take my word for it. Hold on. Oh, I got this big guy here. 5 dozen eggs. I totally forgot to put them over here. So, yeah, 5 dozen eggs as well, because I boil them and scramble them, and I do all kinds of things with them. Eggs are one of my best friends on keto, and they should be your best friend too. So, here you go. A keto haul in the bag. If you guys have any questions, please comment them down below. And go ahead and stay tuned now through, and I will show you my shopping list with my meal plan attached so that you can get an idea of how I plan that. Okay, so I'm going to get into my meal planning now. I start off by pulling out my master list of foods, so that way when I'm going through my ad papers, I can clearly see what meat is on sale, and then go to the corresponding section of my master list to pick out meal items for the week. I have a basic template set up to do the week Sunday through Saturday, and then I go ahead and just plug in those items from the master list, knowing what's on sale. So this week you can see what I have picked out. As you can see, I'm doing shredded pork, which I did in the slow cooker yesterday, and I'm going to go ahead and put those, kind of make little sandwiches with the cheddar bacon jalapeno biscuits, and I'm going to go ahead and link the video to those down below. As for the rest of the week, there's a lot of chicken, and just a couple of days where we're doing ground beef for dinner, because chicken I got on a great sale. So we have things like egg roll in a bowl, which takes ground beef, and the taco salad and cauliflower nachos are both ground beef as well. Then for the rest, I'm doing chicken. I have the chicken salsa verde with cauliflower rice, chicken fajitas, and then Malibu chicken, which is the chicken I mentioned earlier that I do with the ham and the Swiss, which is super delicious. To get into the shopping list portion, I go ahead and I put in the meat that's on sale, and then I put in how much it's on sale for and where. because my Walmart does do price matching. I just have to give them the information, and I bring along my ad papers just in case I need to see them. Again, just for organizational purposes, I like to break them into categories so that way I'm able to clearly see that I've gotten everything I need, and they're usually grouped together by where they are in the store to help make my shopping trip more efficient with kids in tow. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a big thumbs up. Comment any of your tips or questions down below. Please check out those other recipes and videos I linked in the description for you. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing.